You're in the back seat. You're fine. You take out your phone because it's a long drive and there's nothing else to do. 10 minutes pass, and then something changes. Not dramatically. A faint wrongness at the back of your throat. A warmth behind your face. Saliva doing something strange. You look up and it's already too late because now you know it's happening and knowing makes it worse. You put the window down. You stare at the road. You stop talking and you sit there completely still, concentrating on not being sick in a comfortable car that is doing nothing wrong. Here's the thing worth understanding. Your body has a malfunction. It has correctly detected a real problem, run the right diagnostic, reached a specific conclusion, and triggered the appropriate response. The conclusion is wrong, but the reasoning is impeccable. Your body thinks you've been poisoned. Start by throwing out the obvious assumption. It feels like a stomach problem. The symptoms are in your gut, so we file it there. It has nothing to do with your stomach. Your stomach is fine. It's not upset. It's not empty. It's not overfull. It's being told what to do by something else. And that something else is in your head, just behind your ears. 2 of them, one on each side. And most people don't know they exist. Inside each of your ears, past the part that handles sound, there's a structure that has nothing to do with hearing. A set of tiny loops filled with fluid, arranged at angles to each other, so that between them, they cover every direction you could possibly turn. When your head moves, the fluid inside them lags behind and pushes against sensors on the walls. And next to those loops sits a second arrangement, which detects straight line movement and which way is down using something remarkable. Tiny crystals sitting on a membrane that are pulled by gravity and slide when you accelerate. You have small stones in your head that tell you which way is up, and you have never felt them working, not once, because the entire system's job is to be invisible when it agrees with everything else. This is your motion sensor. It runs constantly. It is very old, shared in some form with almost every animal with a spine. And it reports directly into the parts of your brain that keep your eyes steady and your body upright. Now, here's where the trouble starts. Your brain doesn't rely on one source for motion. It uses 3. Your inner ears, which feel movement, your eyes, which see movement, and your body, your muscle and joints, which report how you're positioned and brace. Almost always, all 3 agree. You walk across a room. Your ears feel the movement. Your eyes see the room sliding past. Your legs feel themselves doing it. 3 sources, 1 story, no problem. Now put yourself in the back seat with a phone. Your inner ears feel the car. Every corner, every bump, every acceleration. They're absolutely certain you are moving. Your eyes are looking at a screen that is perfectly still, held at a fixed distance, filling most of your vision. They are absolutely certain you are not moving. Both are working perfectly. Both are telling the truth, and they are describing 2 different worlds. Your brain has no way to resolve it, so it doesn't try. It does something else instead. And this is the part that makes the whole thing click. Because there's an obvious question here that almost nobody asks. Sensory confusion is uncomfortable, fine. But why does it make you throw up? Being dizzy and being sick are not obviously the same problem. The leading explanation is one of the most elegant ideas in the whole of human biology. And once you hear it, you can't unhear it. There is one situation in nature that reliably scrambles your motion sense. One thing that makes your eyes and your inner ears stop agreeing with each other. That makes the world tilt when you're standing still. Poison. Certain plants, certain toxins, attack exactly the machinery that handles balance and motion. If you eat something dangerous, one of the earliest signs is that your sense of movement stops making sense. So consider what a brain has to work with. It cannot see toxins. It has no test for them. What it has is a symptom and a rule. If my motion sense has gone unreliable, the most likely explanation is that I have eaten something that shouldn't be inside me. And there is one correct response to that, one that has saved an enormous number of lives, and it isn't subtle. Get it out. Immediately. That's what's happening in the back of the car. Your body has run a very old, very sensible check, found a genuine contradiction, and concluded the single most likely cause. It is trying to save your life. It's just that the poison is a Toyota. It's worth saying clearly. This poison explanation is a hypothesis, a well-supported and widely held one, but not a proven fact. What is not in doubt is the role of the inner ear, and the evidence there is unusually clean. People whose balance organs don't function generally don't get motion sick, not because they're tough, because the alarm has those sensors attached to it. And then there's the detail you've probably noticed your whole life without thinking about it. The driver almost never gets sick. Same car, same corners, same everything. The difference is that the driver knows what's about to happen. They turn the wheel. They chose the brake. Their eyes are on the road, so their vision is reporting the same movement their ears are. Prediction and matching information, and the problem largely goes away, which is also why looking at the horizon helps, and why the back seat is the worst seat, and why reading is the fastest route to misery. So how long have humans been dealing with this? Longer than you'd guess, and the proof is hiding in a word you use constantly: nausea. It comes from the ancient Greek word for ship, not for stomach, not for sickness, for ship. The word we use for the feeling is literally the word for the vehicle that caused it. Ancient writers complain about it. It appears in medical texts thousands of years old. Sea travel was the one situation where humans reliably encountered sustained motion they hadn't generated themselves. And the moment we had boats, we had this problem. But notice the scale. For almost all of history, this was a specialist complaint. Most people never went to sea. Most people never traveled faster than they could run, or in any way except under their own power or on an animal, where the body has plenty of information to work with. Motion sickness existed, but it was rare because the situation that causes it was rare. And then, in the space of about a century, that changed completely. The railway is the moment this stops being a sailor's problem and becomes everyone's. Think about what a train actually did. It moved ordinary people who had never traveled at speed in their lives, at velocities nothing in their experience had prepared them for, while they sat still, inside an enclosed box, often facing sideways or backwards, sometimes reading, with the world outside whipping past too close to focus on. That is a near-perfect machine for producing sensory conflict, and accounts from the era describe exactly that. Travelers reporting nausea, headaches, and disorientation. There was genuine public debate about whether this new kind of movement was harmful to the human body. Some of that debate was overblown, and some of it now reads as pure moral panic about a new technology. But the underlying complaint was real, and it was new at scale. Here's the sentence worth holding on to. For the first time, humans had built a machine that moved them faster than their own bodies could interpret. Not faster than they could survive, faster than they could make sense of. And once that door was open, We walk through it repeatedly. Cars arrive with more turning, more braking, and a back seat with a low window line where children can't see out, which is why car sickness in kids is so common and why it tends to fade with age. Then aircraft, where the movement is constant, the horizon is invisible, and there is nowhere to look that agrees with what you feel. And it stopped being just an inconvenience. In the Second World War, motion sickness became an operational problem. Troops crossing rough water in small landing craft arrived at their objective having been violently ill for hours, which affects how a person functions at the worst possible moment. Air crews had the same problem in the air. This is one of the reasons motion sickness went from a curiosity to something militaries funded serious research into. Not comfort, capability. And later, we left the planet and discovered that in orbit, where the crystals in your inner ear have no gravity to be pulled by, a large share of astronauts spend their first days in space feeling exactly like a child in a backseat. Every time we built a new way to move, we found the same limit waiting for us. Now here's the turn, and it's genuinely strange, because the next chapter of this story happens in machines that don't move at all. When Flight Simulator became sophisticated, something unexpected showed up. Pilots were getting sick in the simulator. Experienced pilots. People who flew real aircraft through real turbulence without any trouble at all were becoming nauseated, sitting in a box on the ground. And when you look at what was happening, it's the same problem, running backwards. In a car, your ears say moving, your eyes say still. In a simulator, your eyes say moving, your ears say still. The direction of the disagreement flipped. The alarm went off anyway, because the alarm doesn't care which source is claiming motion. It only cares that they disagree.